My name's Chris. I'm a knife collector and I'm going to show you my knife collection with as minimal edits as possible. We're going to try to do this all in like one-ish take. So we'll see how that goes. So I went ahead and flipped the camera around. Let me just come down here. Let me show you what I got. So I've got two Armadas by Holman Hadfield. That's kind of my go-to storage for my knives. And then I've got two nightstands. So let's kind of get into this. I'm gonna I'm on a tripod. I'm gonna kind of get this arranged and hopefully just kind of go through these knives with you guys. I love pocket knives so much so that I actually opened a knife store. My knife store is called Lone Star Knife and Supply, and we only carry American-made knives, but my knife collection has more than just American-made knives. We're not gonna go in any particular order. We're just gonna kind of go over everything I have. This is the Benchmade Anthem. Ooh, wouldn't it be funny if I forgot the name of some of my knives? This is an integral design, which I really fancy. I think it's awesome. I've got a Rivery Zero right here. This is knurled gold. That's really cool. I carry Benchmade, I carry Rivery. This right here is a special knife. This is the Benchmade Osborne 940. This is actually the very first knife in my premium collection, and it is awesome. This is a Sonora by Machine Wise. Love, love, love this guy. I'm hoping to one day be able to carry Machine Wise at Lone Star Knife and Supply. So far, we don't. Maybe by the time you watch this, maybe we will. But I got a little lanyard on here. Beautiful, beautiful knife. We've got one of the, I don't want to call it original, but like one of the early models of the Mr. Nice Bar from Nice Guy Machine Company. That's pretty cool. I really like it. Made in America. We are in the works to carry those. I've got a Roosevelt XL from Oz Machine Company. Love my Rosie. It's actually my second Rosie. I had to sell my first Rosie because my knife store wasn't doing too good for a while, and had to make some sacrifices. But this one's really cool because it is, let's see if I can show you, serial number 711. That's pretty cool. I'm not like a numbers guy, but I think that's fun. I've got a friendship bracelet, Taylor Swift friendship bracelet in here, a little coin with an octopus. I have a thing for octopuses. Love them. That's cool. Here's my knife store, Lone Star Knife and Supply. Up here, we've got two McNeese knives. This is a PM Mac 2 with a Tonto blade. And this is actually one of 5. This is a sprint run they did for St. Patrick's Day. So it's got little clovers. That's fun. And then we've got my Dixon. Picked this Dixon up at Blade Show Atlanta from Jonathan and Amy McNeese. Really cool. We carry McNeese at my knife store. That's fun. I don't own any knives from Turkey Run, but I did pick up a pry bar just so I could support those guys over there. I think they're doing some pretty cool stuff. And then we've got my original, original Sabenza Tonto blade, Sabenza 21 large with a powerful tactical lanyard back here. Love this guy, carbon fiber. This is an exclusive from some knife store, I don't know. And then we've got my Hawk Talon, baby. Look at that. Kind of hard to see the texture. It's actually not very bright in here, is it? Siri, turn lights in here to 100%. But yeah, love this guy. Oh, such good action. This is another American-made knife that I would love to carry at our knife store one day. That'd be cool. And then Nicholas Nichols Dreadnought. This is a semi-custom knife by Nicholas Nichols, who makes just fantastic knives. He makes mostly chef knives, but he also makes folders, and great action on this guy. This is also a knife I'd like to carry. Anywho, okay, so that's my first Armada showcase up top. Now let's go down here to drawer number 1. I'm not going to show like all of my handkerchiefs, but I do carry a hank with me every day. Most of the ones I've purchased myself are from Mighty Hank, but lately I've been rocking with Gondek EDC because we carry Gondek EDC at my knife store. So those are all my hanks. Carry a hank with me every day. I've got some flashlights. Ooh, I'm not going to remember all the names. I've got my most recent is going to be the Arc Pro from Olight. Really like these guys. And then I've got the Arc Felt Ultra from last year. I've got this Canadian-made F2 from Focusworks. Really nice. I've got a couple O clips right here. And then, what is this one called? A pineapple something, mini pineapple. Oh, geez, I don't remember. Raylight makes this. And then I've got a really inexpensive pry bar right here that I was gonna make a video about and just never got around to it. And then my favorite flashlight right here. This is the Apollo by Tactile Turn. It is titanium, 100%, well, it's machined in America. I don't know where the internal parts are, but carry this guy with me every day in my sling. And then this is really cool. This is a flashlight that's on loan to me from, it's actually like an Air Force flashlight that was part of the Apollo missions. How cool is that? Freaking sweet. Okay, now moving on down here into drawer 2. Let's see, let me kind of come over here. Let me kind of come down. Okay, there we go. It's a good angle. I've got Tactile Knife Company Mavericks. I've got the titanium Maverick, the original Maverick right here. Love it, freaking awesome. Then I've got a Maverick with this purple haze scale. Really cool. And then we had a small run of Lone Star Knife and Supply exclusive Mavericks. This is micarta, burnt micarta. And this was really cool. I wish we could get another run done, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. And then I've got my original thumb stud Rockwall. And then we've got a couple Rockwall V2 flippers. This is the slate color. Really love the action on these guys. Really awesome. And then I've got a skeletonized in this beautiful blue finish. I forget what the slate blue maybe. And this one's cool because it does have a flat grind on the blade. Then we've got my Mariner 2s. I got 2 Mariner 2s. This one has vintage 1970s micarta. Very cool. And then I have a titanium Mariner. I don't know which one I like more. They're both so cool. I got this one first and I fell in love with it. And then I fell in love with the micarta. It's just so cool. Then I've got a Ranger, which I do have an affinity for slip joints. And this is a very, very cool slip joint. Large for a slip joint, very large. And the walk and talk, I would say, is a solid 8. Titanium, Magna Cut. You do have this really cool inlay. It's a micarta inlay. Mine is a dark wash or black wash. They go kind of back and forth with their terminology. This is never in here. This is my micarta Bear. And this is normally at my workbench. I brought it in here for this video. I don't remember the names of many of these, but this one's got a cute beaver. And I'm a big beaver fan, if you know what I mean. So that's really cool. Big slip joint here from Great Eastern Cutlery. And then we've got another Great Eastern Cutlery slip joint right here. Ooh. Let me give you a close-up of that beaver. So beaver tail on the blade and from Great Eastern Cutlery. Really like it. Okay. And I don't really carry the slip joints very often. When I do, it's going to be my Ranger or this guy. This is a lion steel round head, I think. A round head is what it's called. But it's got bone here, titanium bolsters, M390 blade. Just a very cool modern slip joint. This one, not made in America. This is made in Italy. Oof, redheaded stepchild of my tactile bunch. This is the Chupacabra. Look, not a fan of the Chupacabra. And you know what? Mine just might need some TLC. I've got bad action. Ugh. But this guy's a little bit heavier and just not really something I love. This is my dad's folding knife. My dad, not a good guy, but he's dead. And I've got his pocket knife. So I'll carry this once a year on his birthday. And then I've got a couple of these Swiss Army knives. All right, y'all have seen Swiss Army knives before. I don't need to show those. So that was Armada number 1. Right here in the middle, I will just take a second and show this off. I have a sling I carry with me every day, and this is in my sling. I've got a pry bar. I've got a jigged titanium bear. I've got some Knipex pliers for opening energy drinks and whatever else the world throws at me. And then in here, I've got another zero. This zero is the file pattern, which is pretty cool. I also sell the Reeve zeros. Dude, I love owning a knife store and getting to carry things I actually like. And then a few more little things. This is a Zippo I use for work. And, you know, that's cool. It's normally on my workbench. Also have this PM2 on my workbench. And then I've got two more Reeve zeros. Awesome. Okay, so now let's come back up here and let's go over my next Armada. This one's really cool. A lot of fun stuff. Okay, I just showed you a whole bunch of tactile. My favorite knife from Tactile Knife Company is the Archer. And it's going to be, and my favorite Archer is this particular Archer. The lighting, oh man, I need to get the lighting good. Is that good? I think that's pretty good. But this is the ridged texture with vintage 1970s micarta. Absolutely beautiful. Love it. And then I've got this guy. This is my side piece from our friends over at Nice Guy Machine Company. This is normally in my pocket. And then I've got one of the original inlays with this purple Techno Carbo inlay. That's cool. Notorious EDC beer bomb right here. Very fun. Not made in America. A 1-of-1 inlay. I forget what this one's called, but another Archer. This one also has the smooth texture, baby. Ooh, yeah. That's pretty cool. And then we've got an Archer with crystallized titanium inlays. Very pretty. Looks like that weapon from Halo, right? And then my original Archer. This is just the standard feathered Archer. Beautiful. Love this guy. Okay. And then moving on, up here, we've got the Grimsmo Fiel. This is also an integral body. This was my most anticipated knife of 2025. And I will say, wish it was a little bit bigger. Look, I don't have like gigantic hands, but I do prefer larger knives. Love it. Speaking of larger knives, this is more my speed. Oh, geez. Ooh, that felt really stiff. I haven't carried this guy in a while. This is my Norseman. Wow, that got really stiff. Normally my Norsemen have such great action, but I have not carried this in a hot minute. That's the problem being a knife collector and a knife store owner, I just handle so many knives that sometimes some of your favorites don't get as much love as they deserve. I bought this one after my dad died. It has the same birthday as my dad, and I just thought it was cool. And it's got this really nice transition, right? And I thought it was really pretty. That's cool. Yeah, I need to give this guy some love. Speaking of larger knives, this is my Amphibian by Microtech in purple. This is actually titanium, guys. And I did spend the extra money to get partially serrated blade. I think I think people are really missing out on not having any type of serrations. Serrations can really help with so many cutting tasks. And then another ginormous knife, we have the 8020S from Demco, another American made, and this guy is just so smooth. Titanium scales. I've got a recurved blade. They call it the Copus blade. Beautiful. And then a Protec TR4 automatic with the Del Fuego scales and mother of pearl button right there. Very nice. You can close it one-handed. Just fantastic. Now let's go into the drawers. So we've got a Heretic. Ooh, which Heretic is this? Yeah, it's the Medusa. This is the Medusa, baby, in beautiful pink. This is a exclusive from a knife store. Can't remember which one it is, but this cell shading is beautiful. Love it. I really want a manual Medusa. I don't really like automatics that much. I like to have a few automatics just so I own them, but I would really like to have this guy in a manual. Got some other things in here. I've got a number of Leatherman. The only one that's like super cool is this one. It's like from the early 90s. This was actually a gift from my parents to me when I was very young, probably too young to have a knife, but they gave it to me, and so this is actually my oldest American-made knife. Speaking of the Demco, we looked up there, we've got another Copus 8020S, but this one is this G10 scale, red G10. Really like this one. It's also a lot easier to carry because it's not so heavy. Much more manageable weight-wise. Then we've got this little guy. It's called the Shortcut, right? Oh gosh, I always forget the name of this. This is the Hawk Knives, and let's see if I can not cut myself. I've cut myself with this before. You know what? I'm not even gonna try it on video. Okay, maybe once. Let's see. Nope, not doing it. And then down here, got a few more Protecs, starting off with my Protec Malibu. This is American Edge exclusive with this beautiful ano. Beautiful. And then, ooh, my favorite Protec, period. My favorite Protec is the Mordax. Larger, beautiful blade, even better action. The flipper tab has great jimping. Do you call it jimping when it's on a thumb stud or a flipper? I don't know. We have some ZTs. We got the ZT, is this the 0022? Is it 0022? Yep. And my son, my 6-year-old, actually asked me to buy this. He saw it. We were looking at knives, and he was like, are there any small knives? And I looked up smallest American-made knife, and this isn't it, but this is one of the search results, and he's like, Dad, buy it. So I found this used one on eBay. Later, I ended up carrying these. Speaking of knives I carry, this guy right here, we carry this. This is the ZT 0044, and I've got serial number 1869, but this is a button lock flipper. Love it. Titanium scales, beautiful action. My last ZT that I personally own, this is the 0545, is that right? Yep, 0545, Magna Cut. This is really like a bug out, a Benchmade bug out competitor. Very, very lightweight, 2.1 ounces. Feels really, really light in hand. Full size blade, beautiful. Then one of my favorite knife companies, TRM knives. I've got the Bulldog, the Reeve B Bulldog with titanium scales. Oh, dude. Just beautiful. I love it. And then I'm also a big fan of large knives. So TRM's largest folder is the Atom. And I've got 3 Atoms. This one is the Amber Ale G10 Atom. These scales are just gorgeous. I absolutely am in love with them. And then we've got the Gecko Camo Carbon. This one's cool because it's got a hollow grind from Mike Erie. So I did pay a little extra to get that. And just beautiful. Love it. Functional art, man. That's what these pocket knives are. And then this is going to be the Watermelon Sugar Camo Carbon. This one's in Magna Cut. It's just a good looking knife, right? And then we've got, ooh, I can't remember the name of this one. What is this one? It's like the Fox Knives. Starts with a B, I think. What's it called? Help me out in the comments, guys. What's this one called? Yeah, I can't remember it all. But interesting story. This is a prototype, and I got it from somebody who I met online, and we met up at a blade show, and I like how thick and ridiculous this knife is. Is it the Biffer? The Biffer? Something like that. But yeah, fun knife. Not made in America. This one's made in Italy. Right, Italy? Let me see. Fox Knives, Magna Cut. Yeah, I can't tell you 100%, but I'm like 80% confident this is made in Italia. And then we've got 2 knives from Advanced Knife Bro. We've got the Stump Lifter right here, and we've got the Stump Fish right here. Advanced Knife Bro is a YouTuber that I look up to and really like him. And then we've got a couple case knives that I'm not going to really get into. I do have a Beer Scout. This is pretty cool. Beer Scout. These are, I don't want to say they're rare, but you don't see these every day. They're pretty cool. Got a cap lifter right there. Pretty cool. I like it. All right, and then that is the 2 Armadas. So we've gone over everything in that Armada and that Armada. Let's come over here, and we're going to come down here. And we'll kind of go through what's in here. I'm going to take a quick sip. Gotta stay hydrated, guys. All right. 10 internet points if you can guess what's in my cup. Okay, down here, first row, we've got Spydercos. I've got a, Spyderco Mannix 2 with natural G10, made in Golden, Colorado. I'd actually sent this one back to Spyderco because I had some issues, and also this is a working blade, and they were able to make it look really nice. So that one's cool. I've got a smock. Smock is made in Taiwan. Great action on the smock. My daughter actually had to go to the emergency room because I let her use the smock to open a package, and she cut through the package, cut through her hand, and had to get like 6 stitches. Felt like a real pro dad right then. And then we've got this. Is this Endura? Is this the Endura? Yeah, this is Endura. Made in Japan. This one's got actually like almost like a Damascus style with 2 steels mixed together. That's pretty cool. Then we've got Native. Is this a Native? My gosh, guys. My brain. I can't remember everything. I think this is a Native, but I could be lying. I'm not sure. Tell me in the comments which one this one is. But it's got this fluted titanium scales. A family member gave this to me for Christmas, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. And then we've got a pair of 3. Oh, There we go. Pair 3 with beautiful bright blue G10 scales and an aftermarket deep carry pocket clip. I can't remember where I got that from. And then we've got a forest green G10 right there. Very cool. This has got CTS 204P. I literally don't know what that is. I have no idea anything about that blade steel. But it's pretty tactical, brothers. Then we've got a Blurple Pair 3. This is actually the first Pair 3 I ever bought. Deep carry pocket clip from Lynch Northwest. And just super nice. This is S110. What does it say? Yeah, S110. That's cool. Again, I don't know anything about blade steels. This right here is a Shaman. And like the Shaman's a good knife. I like how large it is. It's a good size, S30V. But I don't like that every single time you go to close it, that little tab, this tab right here, hits my finger. Oh, Chris, why don't you buy a Bodacious? They fixed that in the Bodacious. Well, because I already own this one. I don't want to buy an entire another knife just because of one little thing. I like the Shaman, but I don't like that part of it. I've got this Earth Tan Spyderco is the PM2, our Paramilitary 2, and S35 VN blade. And I do have an aftermarket deep carry pocket clip on that one as well. Then I've got my favorite PM2. This is the Crucarda Crew Wear blade, micarta scales, and I do have a Lynch Northwest deep carry pocket clip on there. Just beautiful. Two more. This was actually my spouse's, and she lost it, and then I bought her a new one, and then she found this one, so I was like, well, you're just gonna lose it again. So I added it to the collection here, and this one, last one, I have a Tonto PM2. Oh yeah, Tonto PM2, baby. And then I added Seafoam scales on here and an aftermarket deep carry pocket clip. Love it. I love Spyderco, guys. Do have four more Spydercos. We have a little native right here. Very nice. And don't remember what this one's called, but this is a Lion Steel Spyderco collaboration. I bought it because it has micarta, and I thought it just looked really cool. I've ended up not carrying this, I don't know, ever. I'll probably end up doing a Patreon giveaway for this one. But I like it. I like it. It doesn't suit my fancy. And then another one that is the exact same situation. This is the Spyderco Slim, SYLM, I think. And it is another collaboration with Lion Steel. This one I like a lot more, but it is not something I've found myself carrying very much. Now, the big thing going for this guy is it is an integral. That word is hard for me. I went to public schools in Texas, but we do have a really nice inlay in here that looks fun, and I like the blade profile. It's a good knife. And then we've got this super tactical mega knife. Very cool. Got a couple Chris Reeve. I've got my Umnazon right here. My Umnazon with a Tonto power blade. And love the Umnazon. We do have a Lynch Northwest deep carry pocket clip right there. And a tactical power lanyard. Love it. Love the Umnazon. And then we've got another large Sabinza 21 with a Tonto blade. This one has been sent back to be, is it bead blasted? I always forget. What's the one that makes it prettier? This one's really pretty. And I did have them replace the studs with gold studs. And we have a new lanyard back here. This is my Buck 110. Very cool, classic. Everybody needs a Buck 110. I've got a couple Microtechs. This is an amphibian. You saw I have another amphibian up there, the purple one, but this is my first amphibian I owned, and this is like Christmas themed with this cranberry red. I like that it has a recurve on the blade, and it's just gigantic. It's a 4-inch blade. It feels awesome in my hand. And then I've got a Gen 2 Ultratech. Definitely love that. This is a Gen 3 Combat Troodon. This is the newest version with the upgraded clip and the just super smooth dual action. Oh my gosh, love it. I bought this when it first came out, and I have black. I don't like black. I wish I could trade this in for a different color, but you know, I sell a bunch of pretty Combat Troodons, but these are expensive. So this is the one I own. And then I said earlier, I have another Grimsmo. This one's got such smooth action. Really need to figure out what's going on with my other one. This is the first. What did I call this? This is a Norseman. Did I not call it a Norseman? But yeah, love my Norseman. This is the first one I got, and just it feels so good in my hand. I did buy this pre-owned, and I think many knives you should buy pre-owned. They're expensive, and if you're a collector and you're just wanting to add something to your collection, there's absolutely nothing wrong with buying something pre-owned. Now, this is going to be a Balisong. Oh God. Oh geez. Oh God. There we go. I am not a Bally expert, but this is one of Benchmade's original knives. Benchmade, before they were called Benchmade, they were called Balisong International or something like that. And they made Balisongs. And I think that's really cool. It's a cool piece of history. And I have one of their Balisongs. I am a dealer with Benchmade. Have not gotten my first shipment yet, but here we have a mini Griptilian. And then another mini Griptilian. Actually, I won this in a giveaway, or I did a trade up. I can't remember. I do have a Benchmade proper. Probably the worst slip joint I've ever owned. The action's just so bad. Like, look at that. The spring is cooked. Now, speaking of a knife that's not cooked, this is the, oh my gosh, I had my finger on the blade, guys. The Mini Bedlam. This is the Mini Bedlam, and this has got a Persian style blade, and if you keep your finger off the blade, it's got great action. And I really like the way they released this. They came out with multiple different versions at different price points, and I really like this. If you like Lord of the Rings, you can pretend that you're a ranger of the Dunedain carrying this around. Next up, we've got this guy. This is the Presidio 2 by Benchmade. Benchmade gets way too much crap, guys. Benchmade is a cool knife company. You just don't like that they include the cost of a lifetime warranty in the cost of the knife. Like, I don't like being forced to buy things, but when you buy a Benchmade, you are also buying the Life Sharp warranty. Oh, but I'm never gonna use that. Tough, man, it's built in. It's built in. But we do have these really nice aluminum scales, and wish it was a different color, but really like this guy. It's very hefty. This is a Benchmade proper. Very cool looking knife. I don't carry this one like ever. Oh yeah, you can tell this one has not had any love in a while. But yeah, this is a cool one. This is one of my first Benchmades I ever bought. I liked it because it's got the shiny clip, and it just kind of looks like a gentleman's knife, but in reality, just isn't really my style. We've got, is this the North Fork? I think this is the North Fork. One of the Hunt series, super smooth action. I do like that you have the forward jimping right there. You have a recurve on the blade. Really nice. I like the wood too. We've got, oh God, we've got a Benchmade Bug Out right here, which I think is a great knife. I think people forget why this knife exists. It's a ultra light. There's value in having an ultralight. It's super small. And it also kind of revolutionized the entire ultralight category. We've got a bailout. This is the SHOT Show exclusive from a number of years ago. I think it's really cool. I will say, kind of stains a little bit, but I love the Tanto blade. They also the grind on it is really pretty. We've got a Fact, the stabbiest knife Benchmade has ever made, probably skeletonized. And yeah, a stiletto style blade, smooth action, and mine is a first production. First production might be the last production too. I don't know if they still make these. And then we have a mini Crooked River, which is a great knife. Love the wood. Got the Benchmade deep carry pocket clip on there. And overall, just a really solid knife. And then I've got the standard Crooked River, which is, again, nearly a 4-inch blade. Very large. Love it. Super nice. Okay, so that, guys, we're basically done at this point. We only have 2 more drawers, and these will go pretty fast because these are fixed blades. So in here, these are my like kind of like smaller fixed blades. Oh gosh, these are going to be hard to go through. Okay, so we'll do this one first. This is out of Colorado, North Edge Knives. No, that's, oh crap. It's called this. This is one of my newer knives. I literally got this month, or maybe the end of last month. And North Edge Knives, North Edge Tools. Dadgummit. Now I'm irritated at myself, but I really like the blade profile. This jimping is really nice, and I like that the handles, the scales look like stone. It looks really cool, and I tied a leather lanyard, so that's nice. Voyage Blade Works made the Outland, and I like the Outland. Tanto blade, very nice finish, aluminum scales. This came in under $100, American made, and I carried these. I was actually one of the first knife stores in the world to carry these, and we had them in blue, and then later we had them in black. And then we had a Lone Star Knife and Supply exclusive black coated blade and red scales. So that was fun. Then we've got the Dread-Eye from Tactile Knife Company. Very nice knife. We've got a K-Bar wrench knife. Very nice to have. I like this because it's got a super thin sheath, which comes in handy. We've got the One-Eyed Ghost right here. I don't remember the name of, like, the model name, but the maker is One-Eyed Ghost. Very cool. Love these scales. I will say this sheath, a little bit big for the overall size of the knife. And then we've got, this is the 9-Point Knives Bobcat. Very cool knife. Guys, I feel like I'm losing it after. We're 38 minutes in. Lex Rex Custom Knives, he made this guy called the Death Stick, which is also a Tanto. Guys, apparently I'm a sucker for Tantos. You put a Tanto in front of me, I'm probably gonna buy it. He also made this little guy. And he had a fancy name for it, like Shiguro or something. I don't remember. He said it was a Japanese word. But it's just a super small, little itty bitty super small knife. And I think it's really tactical. And it's I don't know if you can see, but it's Damascus. So probably the world's smallest Damascus knife. And then you've got this guy with a beautiful inlay, kryptonite probably. And this is the, I don't know the name of that model. Chunky Mini is next. We got this Chunky Mini, which is fun, also a Tanto. We have another Chunky Mini right here. This one is not a Tanto blade. This is the TRM Tagalong with 80s camo carbon scales. Very nice. This was a very big hit. Very nice fixed blade, but really, like, this sheath, man, good Lord, it's so nice for such an affordable knife. You've got the Overland Sport by TJ Schwartz. You've got the Red Hawk by Tactile Knife Company. Right here, we've got the DP2, DP1, something, DP something from TKL. I cannot remember right now. DP2, I think. But really nice stepped milling pattern on the blade. And it is wrapped by Knives by Nuge, I believe. Man, I will say it is hard going through the entire collection and remembering everything. I feel like I've forgotten so much. This is the Prickly Pear American-made Jack Wolf knife with a, they call it scalpel, but that's a Tonto, baby. So really like this. Nice sheath too, very pocketable. I don't like this text right here. I don't feel like that really adds value, but we do have a clip, so that's pretty cool. We have this wrench knife that I got on Etsy, and I don't know who made it, but this actually is just a really nice hand ground wrench knife. The sheath is very minimal sheath. And then we come down here to my larger fixed blades. We've got the Copperhead by Compliance Edge with a powerful Tonto blade. And love the sheath. Look at that. That's a really cool sheath. Really like Compliance Edge. I would love to carry their knives one day. This right here, Severed Metal Works makes this guy. This is called the Squire. And really cool to be able to get a knife from a new knife maker that's coming up in the world. This is number 14. 14 ever for this model. Really cool. I like that there's a cutout right here on the sheath and the material. It's just a cool knife. Jen Designs, Jonathan Silby, made this knife. It is hand forged, and I was able to pick it up from him in Edom, Texas. Absolutely beautiful custom knife. Love it. You got the Jen right there. This is awesome. I was actually, Lone Star Knife and Supply was the largest dealer of Sparrow 7s when they released. Not for long, but there was a period of time where Lone Star Knife and Supply had the most Sparrow 7s in the world from any knife store. Stepped milling pattern on mine. They didn't use that in the production run. Micarta scales. I love this knife. And they just released a new knife called the Swift 6, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. This is called the EDK. The EDK by Armis Knives. And dude, that guy is freaking awesome. And this knife, very powerful. I chopped an energy drink in half, and it was a very cool video. This knife is from somebody who I met on TikTok, and I can't remember. This is called it was called the Mini Bowie, but I can't remember the maker's name. I will do my best to put it in the overlay. Then we've got two Ospreys. This Osprey is the blue micarta with the slate finish, and mine has the Chattanooga Leatherworks leather sheath. And then I've got the Ridgelight version. And this has the standard stone washed finish, and the it's not Kydex, it's Bolteron sheath. So guys, I hope that was fun for you. I love pocket knives so much that, you know, as I said, I opened a knife store. It's a big part of my life. You know, life, there's so much uncertainty in life. You don't know what is going to happen in life. And that's why preparing for the day is so important. And I think putting a pocket knife in your hand, in your pocket, is an easy way to be prepared just a little bit for life's uncertainties. So if you have any questions about my knives, anything I forgot to cover, let me know in the comments down below, and I appreciate you watching.